Good morning, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Helena Nat. I'm the Executive Director with the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. And we are really excited that we have the opportunity to put these webinars on to connect the business community with the programs that are out there through agencies to grow your business. Manly Lynn and the Greater New York Chamber have been, not only have we developed a great friendship, but we have to, compliment Manly for putting herself out there, giving us the time for these webinars, for giving you the information on how to sell to the federal government, how to access capital, which is coming up. So Manly, we so appreciate your time giving the businesses the information is so important to grow people's businesses, but also to grow the economy. And we, like I said, hands off to you that you take the time to do this. I would be remiss to say one thing, and those who are listening, it's really important to partner up. Manly Lynn is going to go over that with you. But we host a lot of online and in-person networking, and we stress this all the time. So for those who are joining us for the first time, if you are in a business and you attend a networking event or you meet someone I call in your lane that is similar to you, don't look at that person as your competition. That person can be your ally in getting a federal government contract or, partnering through MBWE contracts. So Manly is going to go over that. But if you have any questions about that, get involved with the chamber. We can partner, you with someone similar in your lane to help you provide that information to get a contract. So I wanted to put it out there. But the next time that you meet someone that, is doing, if you're in software development and doing software development, look at that person as a potential client for you to get more business. So Manly, we talk about this all the time and people don't realize it, but I'm going to let you take over right now. Everyone, this is being recorded. It will be on Chamber TV. There is a chat. Put your questions in the chat. And then when Manly finishes, we will go over the questions in the chat. Hard stop at 11, so make sure that you put your questions in so we can get to it at the end. Manly, go ahead. Thank you so much again for what you do.
Thank you, Helena. Thank you, Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, for the opportunities. Helena is 100% correct. You come not just listen to me, you should network with the business that you can team up for the government contracting. So let's go to the PowerPoint, a lot of information, so you will need this PowerPoint. First thing, just want to remind you, SBA will provide one-on-one counseling. I provide information, but you will need a lot of hand-on assistance. So please contact our resource partner. So there is a link here. You can choose the school or small business development center or women business center, and also community navigator and Veterans Business Outreach Center for one-on-one free assistance. For capital, no matter what stage of your business, especially if you're ready to do the business with the government, you need financially strong enough. So SBA have different kind of financing program. We are going to have a Meet the Lenders event again. So you will receive the information from Helena. Look forward to seeing you. So you can meet more than, I think, 8 lenders. So you can ask the questions. So today I'm going to talk about the contracting, but I also want to remind everyone that SBA provides disaster assistance. I hope we don't need that anymore, but hurricanes and natures, they play their role. So if there is a disaster, SBA is here to help you. So why we encourage you to get federal government contract? US government is the biggest buyers in the whole world. So every year spending more than $500 billion. When last year actually spent more than $700 billion to buy almost everything from paperclip to aircrafts. And not just the items, products, we also need services. So if you are in the research, in education, marketing, even accounting, the programs, actually government have a lot of needs for your services. So there are different acquisition way. The first one is full and open competition. The second one is a small business set aside. So that's why SBA is here to help small business. So for small business between $3,500 and $250,000, all the federal government agency, their purchase more than 23% have to buy from small business. 11% have to buy from small disadvantaged businesses. Later, I will explain all the requirement and definition and how to certify for those special set-aside program. 3% for hub zone businesses, and 3% for service disabled veterans, and 5% for women-owned business. So if you are a minority women-owned business, you have 16% set aside for you, for $500 billion, a big pie. And if you're located in a hub zone, you add 3% more. So that's why we really encourage you to learn and to build good relationship with the agency that need your product or services. And 2023, we hope everyone can get, the government contracting. Also, number 3, sole source. I will explain that later because not everyone, have that advantage. You have to be certified for certain programs to be the sole source. So there are some myths about federal government contracting. Even I remember 15 years ago when I held a webinar and seminars that time, most of our big business come to the events because, they need to have one person, designated person to deal with the government contract. They search every day, everywhere to see what programs they are. But now we have internet, and also we have automatically matchmaking program. So, it's much easier to find opportunities. And also, some business, they're afraid that, even they already deliver their works, their items, or services, but they didn't get paid. For federal level, that's, by law, federal agency have to pay you within 30 days of invoicing. I know the local government, sometimes, they ran out the budget, then they don't pay or just pay partial to the contractor. But for federal level, it will not happen. So, that's why we really encourage you to expand your business to the government context. It's a huge market, but you need to get ready. So the first one, does the government buy what you sell? I think a lot of you have that question in mind. So next slide, I have 3 websites for you to find those opportunities to see which agency they bought something similar to your product and services and bought from whom. So you can learn who will be your potential customers and also whom your competitors are. So you can learn from them. The second one, do you have the federal contracting experience? I think many of you don't have yet. So need to learn and also encourage you to get city, state, counties, procurement, contract first. So you know how to do business with the government, and also on your capability statement, it will be better that you have some experience working with government. Also, you need to show you have the cash, okay? Your cash flow is good. You can complete the job, enough inventory. Okay, so that's working capital to keep your business running well. Also, are you capable of fulfilling government's contract? Means, can you do the jobs? Okay, and the last one, do you know where to find those opportunities? So let's get ready for that. You have to know what agency can buy from you and find your niche. Maybe you find several agencies, they bought something similar to your product or services before, but you have to see which one is really your niche and your priority, because take times to to negotiate with them and do the bidding. So you have to choose your priority, see which one is most popular, for you and possibility for you and for the agency to win the contract. Understand the areas of government spending. Next slide will show you that, and know your competition and their contracts. So Helena just emphasized, later I would just show you a slide. Government allowed small business team up to get a big contract. So it's very important that you know some of the business in your industry, so you can work together to get a bigger contract. Okay, this is this is the information you should bring away with you, take away from you today. There are 3 websites you should go to find the market. Number 1 is SAM.gov. Okay, SAM.gov right now they combined all the acquisition government contracting website together. So you can just go to SAM.gov to see all the government contracting information, assistance, and they have the federal business opportunities in part of it. Any government agency, if they have purchased more than $25,000, they have to post there. So that's where you can find opportunities, which agency bought what, and right now what they are looking for, and which business they bought from in the past. So you can get a lot of information to learn about that agency and also about your competitor. Maybe it can become your partner in the future. Number 2, every penny of the federal government spend, they list on usaspending.gov. So you can find every penny that government spend in what, and from which business. Number 3, for government agency, they have forecast the budget plan. So they can plan 2 years later, 3 years later, 5 years later. So there are forecasts for different agency. So if you're not ready now yet, then you can go to those websites to find out the opportunity and get ready. Start to learn the rules, and also you have to make good relationship with those agencies. I will go to the details later because a lot of business, they came to me. They say, I already certified for many years, but I didn't get any contract yet. So usually I ask them, I say, did you do the marketing? And they were surprised. They said, oh, we didn't know we have to do the marketing. Yes, you need to, because it's very competitive. So what governments are looking for? They prefer, okay, of course, some startups ask me, is it possible for them to get contract? If the government agency really need your products or services, yes, okay, even you are a startups, like during the pandemic, they need a lot of services or the products. Even the startups, they can get contract. But most of the time, government prefers to work with well-established and reliable business because they want to find a good partners, vendors to help them to reach their goal, to get good product and services. Okay, so in the beginning, business need to spend time to find those agency need your product and services. Also, you have to show that you have enough cash flow to sustain your business and to complete the jobs. So, so a lot of business, I told them, make sure that your financial statements looks nice. Okay, so work with your accountant is very important. Then e-commerce savvy, because now, government try to protect all the, data information, especially Department of Defense. You need to show the cybersecurity. You need the requirement. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the 5 basic requirement. The first one, I believe some of you heard that you need to get DUNS number, to register on the SAM.gov. In 2022, there's a new era. So you don't need to get DUNS number. You go to SAM.gov, you register, they will assign you a number. They call a unique entity identifier. So you don't need to work with DUNS number anymore. And also you need to have the correct NAICS code, okay? The NAICS code is the industry, classification code. So you have to really get the correct one because now computer do the automatically matchmaking. So if you didn't list your correct NAICS code, you won't get that notification that some agency need your product or services. The second requirement is meet the size standards, have to be the small business by SBA's definition. Okay, so generally speaking, if you are a manufacturing business, then if you have fewer than 500 employees, you are a small business. And non-manufacturing business depends on your annual income. But generally speaking, we say $7.5 million, but depends on the industry. For example, for construction company, can start from $7.5 million up to $32.5 million because different kind of construction company. So please, if you're not sure, please go to our website here. You can see the table of size standards, and also you can contact our standards office to make sure you're qualified. Number 3, now register with SAM. So SAM is a system for award management, and it's a database that all the federal government agency, if they're looking for a vendor, they will go here. So you have to be in that database to do business with the government, okay? So you can go to the SAM.gov and just upload your own information. It's like a resume for your business. So please, maybe you can check other, especially those business in your same industry, to see what they put there. So please put accurate and descriptive terms. So, when it's like elevator pitch, in writing. So please make sure you have the correct information and good information and something outstanding. This is very important. Also the last one, so you can get a cage code. You will need that for a lot of certification and for the bidding too. So register with SAM, and now annually, actually, they will notify you. You should go to check if you need, update your information and also maybe see if that information is still there. Number 4, maintain compliance. Okay, you're working with federal government, so you have to comply with all the regulation. Number 5, most of the government agency right now require, you have the cybersecurity, equipment or meet the standard, especially Department of Defense. So Department of Defense developed a project Spectrum. It's a free platform. So please, you can go there to learn. And also if you need to get certified, so please visit there. Now I'm going to talk about certification. So I already mentioned that percentage set aside for different business. So how to certify, very important for you to certify in advance. Do not wait until you see a contract opportunity and you just want to certify. Sometimes it's too late, especially for 8A certification. It needs at least 7 months to complete that because a lot of document requirements. So you please take time to certify first. So I think this year, today's event, I will talk about the certification. I really challenge all of you to start certified. Okay, then you can start find opportunities to get it. I really hope 2023 will be a procurement year for everyone. So there are 3 certifications here. The first one called 8A. This is a term. If you participate in those procurement events, a lot of people will ask you, say, are you 8A certified? So what's 8A certification? The formal name is socially and economically disadvantaged certification. I will go to the detail. And the women-owned small business and the hub zone. Those 3 certifications, all the owners or more than 20% of the business have to be US citizen, because this is a federal program. And more than 51% ownership have to be unconditional and direct. It's not under any another business entity. We know some big company, they pretend they are the umbrella, and under them they have a lot of small business. This is the only time that a lot of business they want to pretend they are small business. So that's why. And what does that mean? Control. What 51%? Okay, unconditional and direct. Control means the owner is the one or are the ones make the long-term decision and manage the day-to-day operation. And the business have to be for-profit. Okay, non-profit organizations can get grants from government, but it's different. This is for government contracts, so it's for for-profit organization, and cannot be have suspended or barred by any government agency. So if you have anything that, especially with IRS, you have to clear that before you pursue your government contracting. And also you need to have a place of business in the US, cannot be located in a foreign country. So next code, I already mentioned that. So this is the detail. And actually on your tax forms, form 1040, you can find that number. So make sure it's correct. I list here required document because when you go to the certification, you can certify by yourself. The link I already provide you, certify.sba.gov. You can certify by you, but please have all the documents ready with you when you go to the computer. Otherwise, you cannot finish that. You cannot complete that just with 2 hours or 1 day. You need to have all the information with you. And this is the documents, depends on your business structures here. The first certification, I'm going to talk about the 8A certification. The formal name of it is Socially and Economically Disadvantaged certification. So this is the 9 years program. During the 9 years, SBA will help you. Like in our office, we have a team, help the 8A certified business. If we know any contract opportunities, we'll contact you. And also, I know sometimes even can represent you to negotiate with the agency for the contract. So during those 9 years, we will hold your hand. After 9 years, we say you graduate. You already know how to get a contract by yourself. But this one, you need to have been in business at least for 2 years to apply for it. And I already mentioned the 8A certification normally need more than 7 months. So please collect all the documents and start it after you're already in business 2 years. The advantage of the 8A certification, the first one called set aside, we already mentioned. This is originally only have 5% set aside, but from 2022, SBA raised up to 11%. 11% of the government contract set aside for you if you're certified for 8A. The other advantage is sole source contract. There is another rule called rule of 2. So pretend I'm the purchaser for my office. If you approach me, you have good product and your price is reasonable, I cannot buy from you. I need to have at least 2 business compete, and I can choose one. But if you are 8A certified, then you can be the sole source contract. So that's very powerful. You can contact the office, let them know you are 8A certified, and then if your product is good, they can buy from you. And other advantage, can help you to get a business opportunity specialist to help you navigate federal contracting, and also can form joint venture. Okay, later, I think I already mentioned you can team up to get a government contract. So that, and also you can receive other management and technical assistance, different training for government contract. So if you're qualified, okay, please certify as early as possible. I mentioned, this is, you have to be in business in 2 years, but some situation you can waive the 2 years rule. Okay, so I list here for you, you can check it. So 8A is one time only. Okay, 9 years, one time only. There is no renew, there is no extension. That's why also, please make sure that you are ready. Okay, don't waste the 9 years. So do you have the capacity to deliver on federal contract? Means you have the ability to complete the jobs. Okay, do you have sufficient cash flow? Your business have to be, like financial strong enough. And do you have demonstrate capability? Okay, that means in the past, do you have a big customers or any government clients that can show how to do business with the government? Also, you have to demonstrate successful past performance. So later I will show you how to prepare a capability statement. That's like the resume for your business. Okay. Are you open to advice on growing your business? We have PTech, Small Business Development Center, schools can help you, and Women Business Center. So you need to talk to those experts to plan in advance. So this is, I already mentioned that only one-time use of eligibility, only 9 years for the 8A certification. Okay, now we look at what's the qualification. So because the socially and economic disadvantage. So if you are one of the following 5 groups, you are socially disadvantaged business. If you are Black American, Asian Pacific American, Hispanic American, Native American, or subcontinent Asian American, then you are qualified for socially disadvantaged. But even you are not one of the groups that I just mentioned, if you can demonstrate you have experienced bias of a chronic and substantial nature, you can be qualified for that. But you need to provide a lot of native of all those, the facts. For the economic disadvantage, you have to show your past 3 years total assets, net worth, and personal income. There are limitations here, so you have to meet those. But good things that your personal income or net worth doesn't count your residential property. Okay, so this is a totally business. So just understand the numbers that actually you're qualified for. I also put here, all the documents you need to make the applying for 8A easier. Okay, this is I already showed you before, but I just put again. Now I'm going to talk about women-owned small business and economic disadvantaged women-owned small business certification. Okay, you can see here there are 2 groups. One is women-owned, one is economically disadvantaged women-owned. So totally have more than 700 next codes can qualify. So you can go to the website. But I know that most color already cover most of the industry. So just make sure your next codes in those database. And the women have to, the company have to at least 51% owned and controlled by women who are U.S. citizens. Can be one woman or more than one woman. Okay. But the women have to be the real one, manage the day-to-day operations, and also make long-term decisions. I think certified for the women-owned business, and this is the economic disadvantage women-owned business, also have the limitation, okay, the maximum amount for net worth, for your gross income, and for your personal assets. But I mentioned that you can certify by yourself if you're the 8A, the hub zone, but unfortunately, women-owned small business, you cannot certify by yourself anymore. 2 years ago, Congress, they found out a lot of so-called women-owned business, they are not really women-owned. Okay, because they are not the one manage the day-to-day operation and make the long-term decision. They just on the paper, they own more than 51%. So Congress say that's a fraud. So now they change women-owned small business. You can apply, you still apply online, certified.sba.gov, but you have to get approval from SBA. You cannot certify by yourself, but you can apply by yourself, okay? Also, SBA provides third-party certification through the 4 organizations here, but I just want to make it clear, they charge a fee. And SBA will not pay for you, you have to pay the fee. So try to do that by yourself. It's not that difficult. If you have all the documents, it's not difficult for you to certify as a women-owned business. Later, I will show you who can help you. And SBA will also accept certification from U.S. Department of Transportation. They have a DBE program, or you are AA participant. They can accept that, but you have to apply. Okay, the next one is Hub Zone certification. Okay. Hub Zone official name is historically underutilized business zone. So there is a map. You can see the map link at the bottom of this slide. You get there, click on and enter your address. They will tell you right away if you are in the hub zone. So there are two requirements. The first one is your principal office have to be located in the hub zone. So you just enter the address on the map, you can find out. The second requirement is more than 35% of the employees have to live in the hub zone. Doesn't have to be in the same hub zone as your business. Any hub zone nationwide, okay? And what's the principal office? Doesn't have to be the headquarters. For example, if you are a New York business, that you get a contract in Florida. Of course, you will hire a lot of workers in Florida, especially construction company. So the Florida office will be your principal office. So it's the greatest number of the firm's employees. In some businesses that say, oh, 35% have to live in a hub zone. It sounds difficult. The good news is they count the employer as the workers too. So for example, if you have one employee, so either you or the employee lives in a hub zone, you have 50%. Okay, so it's not that difficult. So when you maybe hire workers, you can pay a little bit attention to where they live, okay? Hub zone is very important. You can see here, it's not in the poverty. A lot of people say, oh no, the place my office located is a good area. This is Manhattan. You see, even next to Times Square, there is a hub zone area here. Okay, so don't guess. Just go to this is Brooklyn, this is the Queens, and this is the Bronx. Okay. So what's the advantage of the hub zone certification? I want to just emphasize one thing. The 5%, 11%, for women, for everything, hub zone have 3% set aside. But this is the only goal that government never reached. So all the government agencies are looking for hub zone certified business, okay? So please, and the certification I think is the easiest one compared to 8A or others. So please certify if you're eligible for the hub zone. What are the advantages? Of course, the 3% never reached the goal. That's a good big one. Also can be sole source, okay, mean the same as 8A. So if your product is needed by the agency, even just one company, okay, you approach to the business, to the agency, they can buy from you. And the third advantage is you can get a 10% price evaluation preference. What's that mean? The procurement officer usually, when business bid for the contract, they have to choose the good quality one, the best quality one. But if there are two business have the same quality, they have to choose the cheaper one, the lower price one. But if you are hub zone certified, your price can be 10% higher than your competitor. And the contractor still, the government procurement officer still can buy from you. So that's huge, okay, especially in the contracting, 10%. So this is how to certify for the hub zone. I really encourage you to certify as soon as possible. If you are a service disabled veterans, have 3% set aside. Now SBA can help you. Before you have to go through VA, now SBA can help you with the certification. So please contact the Veterans Business Outreach Centers. Okay, now we talk about the regulations. There is a FAR, Federal Acquisition Regulations website, especially parts 13, 14, and 15. You can learn about different ways, how to, how they make decision, what's the qualification. There are simplified acquisition, sealed bidding, and the contracting by negotiation. Means they don't have the deadline, so you can negotiate with them anytime. So now we go to the serious one. Okay, now you certified, you're ready. Okay, you're ready to do the business. So how do you find those opportunities? The first one, there is a micro purchases. I mentioned if any contract more than $25,000, they have to post on the same. But if any purchase less than $3,000, for example, our office hold event, we need to buy through, a lot of stationery, the name tag, everything. As long as it's less than $3,000, we don't have to post anywhere. Okay, so that's a lot of opportunities because a lot of the situation we just need to buy something. So please contact those local federal government agency. You don't have to go to Washington, D.C. A lot of people say, oh, for federal contract, we have to go to D.C. You don't have to. Do you know that there are more than 120 federal government agency office in New York City? Contact the local office, okay? Because the budget, actually, the office can make decision, whom to buy from and what to buy. So you should contact them, okay? And the only requirement is they use government credit card, so you have to be able to accept the credit card. But I think now have no problem with that. The other place that you should go to is to go to GSA. GSA, General Services Administration, they are the office manage all the federal agencies' property. They also hire security, hire cleaning company. So they have a database called GSA schedule. So please go to their website and try to go to, they have a monthly, training for you. So please learn about that so you can deal with all the government agency if your industry is related to that. Okay, now the second thing is you should try to find those subcontracting opportunities. Other than those solicitation on the SAM.gov, you should look for subcontracting opportunity, especially you haven't working with government yet. Okay, so prime contractor, if they get contract more than $700,000 or construction industry get more than $1 million contract, they have to sub out. So they are looking for subcontractor. So this is Subnet is the website you can find the opportunities. Also, the other website is directory of all the federal government prime contractors. So that's nationwide. Okay, so you can find those prime contractor, send them your capability statement, tell them you're interested to work with them. So that's like, for example, like people send out the resume to get the opportunity. But if you're looking for the opportunity now, okay, you should go to the subnet, but you need to prepare. So the other things that, Alina and I talking about, business can team up to get a bigger contractor. SBA, we also have a mentor project program. So some business, they already got contract. They are willing to be the mentor to help the new business to get government contract. You have to participate in that program. And then for the teaming up to get contract, you need to select an attorney with experience. That's very important, okay, to protect yourself. So I list what you should do if you need to or want to team up with other business, but try to get a mentor. SBA doesn't matchmaking for you, so you need to participate in event or find a prime contractor or business. They already got government contract and they are willing to be the mentors. So now let's just review what you need to do. The first one, register in the same.gov. So do that. As long as you already have the tax ID number, you can upload your own. We call register. Okay, register your business at same.gov. The second one, talk to the business counselors. The next slide will show you who can help you. And then you check out those procurement websites that I mentioned, and then try to find those opportunities, which agency, and prepare bids and offers. The last one is the key point. You have to market your business to the government agency. Okay, now let's talk about this is for assistance, PTEC, Procurement Technical Assistance Center. We have 3 PTEC in New York. You can find them, one in Manhattan, one in Bronx, and one in Queens. Okay. You have to make appointment with them on their mailing list, because they will be the one that they invite government agency there to hold the event for you to meet with those government agency. Okay, so it's very important you contact them. Each federal agency, they have small business advocacy office can help you, especially if you're certified for any of those certifications. Now we talk about the marketing. Okay, a lot to learn, a lot to do. Okay, so as a business owner, do not just work in the business. You have to work on the business. Means you can designate someone have to come out to make good relationship with those government agencies, need your product or services, attend their events, let them know about you, let them know that you are willing, you really want to do business with them, and you are a reliable business to work with. So those are very important because they don't know you. They don't know you are existing. So you have to approach them, let them know you, okay? And especially if you have any certification, they are looking for you and know how to buy from you. They are looking for someone, easygoing and simplicity to work with. Very important. So there are 3 key federal officials that you should develop relationship with them. They have different terms. For different agency, they have different position. Some call small business specialists, program managers, or contracting officers. Okay. Identify your customers. Do not waste your time just on those agencies. Maybe they never need your product and services. So focus on those agencies. They need your product and services. And the second one, research their requirement. Okay. Maybe they haven't used something like you can provide. but you have to find those one in your niche and your priority, okay? Prioritize for your business. You have to learn the regulation and show the contract office that you are a good match for them. They are looking for somebody to help them, okay? So I interview more than 100 procurement officer. They give me four things they are looking for. Pleasantly to work with. Persistent. They told me, please tell them do not give up. Usually you need at least 1 year to get your first contract. Okay, do not give up. If you be rejected for your first bidding, just politely ask them whether you should improve, maybe your proposal or what do you need to improve to get a contract. And when you contact them, please to be professional and positive. They are looking for somebody make their jobs easier and get good product and services. So you have to attend the events. For example, you want to work with sell to SBA, you have to let us know you. So if we have events, you should come to let us meet with you. Bring your capability statement. Then they will be clearly and save your information. So if you see any events have procurement or matchmaking, you have to be there. Okay, that's the chance you can meet those agencies, procurement officers or representatives. And then you get their business card, you give them your business card, then you have to follow up. Okay, do not just waste those leads in your drawer. So follow up, there are different procurement officers, they have different personalities. Some of them, they welcome you contact them more often, some don't. So please just ask them, okay? So what are those buyers looking for? High quality, okay? So emphasize the quality of your product and services and reliable supplier and fair prices, okay? So if you have any certification that can help them. And simplicity, okay, means very easy, pleasant to work with you. So there are more ways to do the marketing. You can call them, okay, network, even with other vendors. We already mentioned that. Get help with the experts from PTech, from Small Business Development Center, Women Business Center, and also look for subcontracting opportunities, especially in the beginning. Use direct mail or email. I know a lot of businesses like to call, okay? But if you make phone calls, they don't remember you. So it's easier to send an email. You have the records. They can remember you easier. Target the government's field office. I mentioned you don't have to go to DC. You can go to New York City. They have more than 120 government agency offices here. And you have to prepare to do business the way government does. Means, they are very busy, okay? So for example, if they send you a question, you have to answer right away, okay? But if you send them a request or something, maybe you have to be patient to wait for some time, okay? So just have to learn about each agency a little bit different. When you see a solicitation, you can request or download a big package, or you can get more specification and drawing and understand the regulations. Okay, so I already mentioned there are different ways, depends on the the contract amount. So when you read the solicitation, my suggestion is more than one time and more than one person to read that. You can request a procurement history. You have to. you must attend a pre-bid meeting and walk through. If you're not clear about something, you have to ask the question. Also, proofread your proposal and submit it on time. I saw a lot of business, they all submit their proposal the last day. Computer cannot take it, so they cannot submit on time. So should submit at least 3 days before the deadline. Do not wait until the last day. So have to be responsive and responsible. It's better to have designate one staff in your office to deal with the government agency. Okay, so make sure they can be responsive. Okay, have more here. You have know your market. So research those target agent budget. That's very important. Even they need your product or services, but government agency, they have budget. So if the price too high, they cannot buy from you. Know where to get critical help. That's very important, especially in the beginning. Take care of the basic, like you have to show your financial statement and register everywhere you can. For example, you should get city, states, governments too. Go to each of the agency. They all have the contact person. Try to subscribe their information, so every day you can get update information and develop personal relationship with those agencies. Start small. Okay. Now, the last things I want to tell you, you need to prepare 3 marketing tools. The first one is the elevator pitch, 20 to 30 seconds when you meet those procurement officers, how to introduce your business in a positive way and brief. Number 2, prepare 1-page capability statement. Next slide, I will show you the example. And also, normally the agency maybe will have a few 5 business. Ask them to make the full presentation. So you have to do the homework before you go. That's very critical. You have to know the audience. You have to be focused on what they are interested, what they concerned, and brief. Okay, and you have to stand out from the crowd. That is the art. So this is capability statement. You need to have all this information in that. It's like a resume for your business. So I will show you 2 examples. This is a female veterans engineering company. Usually we say 1 page for your capability statement. So she already have a lot of contract. So she has a lot of information. But she was smart. This is 1 page, but have 4 sides. So the cover, then the capability statement, then the photos of the projects she has completed, and also testimonial. Okay, so this is a very good one. This is a marketing company owned by a Native American lady. During the pandemic, she got several government contracts to help the government office to do the marketing, hold the event. Because at the beginning of the pandemic, government tried to help the community. They need the marketing. They need help to deliver the information to the community. So this is a good one too. Then finally, just want to tell you, government is looking for quality small business to meet its need. So you are helping the government. And of course, you want to do a good job. The second one, marketing, okay, is an art. It's not a rocket science. So when you deal with different agencies, different procurement officers, you have to know the difference. Build your reputation. Okay, if you do a good job for your first contract, then you will get many more. And now we use technology, especially the cybersecurity is very important. The final slide, this is government's fiscal year calendar. So federal government start from October 1st to September 30th. So the first quarter, now is the first quarter. You just learn about the regulation and build a good relationship with the agency. So from January to June, the 2 quarters, that's the time that you negotiate with them, you really contact them. And then the last quarters, June, July to September, a lot of agency, they have some monies left. They can buy something. So the last minute offers, I saw a lot of business get that. So this is the best time to contact them. So I wish everybody contact them, build a good relationship, and get contract in 2023. Okay, this concludes my presentation today. Helena.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. You know what? I know we have a hard stop. Can we just do like 2 or 3 questions?
Right, yeah, because I have the next meeting, yes.
Okay. Can an MB certified company with the city also bid on federal contracts? Yes.
Separated, okay. City and you should certify city and state first. I know they just have 1 page more to certify the other one, but federal is totally separated. So you have to separate to certify that. And we call 8A for minority and women-owned business. They are separated.
Okay. Does the mentor protege program apply for sole proprietors or single LLC?
For government contract, they don't, all the different business structure can apply, okay?
Okay. If an MWBA entity that ends up a sub to a primary, does the primary in some way get credit or advantage in subcontracting a certified entity?
The prime contractor, I don't know what's the benefit for the prime contractor.
Okay.
But by federal, it's by law. If they get contract more than $700,000, they have to sub out. That's the requirement.
Okay. Everyone, just so you know, it is being recorded and we will get the PowerPoint presentation. Someone asked about, what's the website to find the hub zone again? Everyone's going to get the PowerPoint presentation as long as you RSVP'd on to me. On the website, you'll get a copy of this. If not, email me if you came in through a recommendation. I don't want to take up Manly. She has another meeting. Thank you so much, Manly. Amazing. Everyone I know, huge support on this. Had so many people on, and you know what? We did this about 6 or 8 weeks ago, and we're getting more people on, which means that there is a definite interest for it. Manly, thank you again. I don't want to take up too much time, and we appreciate it. Manly, you can go off. I'm just going to close it up, but thank you so much. For those, who are interested in connecting with our database of 30,000 different business and civic leader, join us Tuesdays at 10 o'clock online networking, Thursdays afternoon, 2 o'clock online networking. We also supported by in-person networking. So we have a couple of things going on. We have a fall foliage. First Republic is hosting it at the end of the month. We have the Meet the Lenders at the end of the month. So take a look at chamber.nyc. If you have any questions, you want to become a member of the chamber, email me. Love to have you. Those who are members, we so greatly appreciate your support. So we can't do these without, the people that are supporting the chamber. Thank you everyone so much. Have a great weekend. If you need anything, email me, info@chamber.nyc or helena@chamber.nyc. And again, you'll get a copy of the PowerPoint presentation, and it will be on live Chamber TV. Have a great day, everyone.